Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. It's time to take a look at another Siege weaponizer, or in this case, deluxe weaponizer. We're taking a look at Brunt. Now, of course, many of you from the G1 era may remember Brunt as being the tank that came with Trypticon. So, seeing him here as a robot is almost blasphemous. When in the world did he become a robot? Well, in all honesty, folks, I was kind of shocked at the sight of it myself, but all in all, I kind of like this. At least has a little more play features than that solid hunk of plastic that came with Trypticon all those years ago. But for fans of the Transformer card game, you'll be pleased to know that both versions here of Brunt will be appearing in the card game. Brunt here is a deluxe weaponizer, and he will be available as they're doing new forms for the deluxe weaponizers. That they will be actually 2 cards, and once they are defeated, they will become 2 separate weapons. Of course, those of you who buy your cards in a big bulk will likely get the Trypticon pack, which will feature this Brunt as an ally to Trypticon. So, something to look forward to come November 8th, right after about a week after Halloween, is when the new card game comes out. I won't guarantee that I'll have the last Siege, all completed by then. That reminds me I need to contact my supplier and see if she's gotten any of them in. At any rate, let's take a look at Brunt's articulation here. You can turn his head from side to side. Even though the way his eyes are set up, he doesn't need to turn his head. You can raise his arms at the shoulder, about so far. And he can rotate his arm at the shoulder, all the way around. He does have a joint at the elbow, so it allows him to bend his arm at the elbow, like so. And he does have a joint at the bicep, so he can do the swivel arm battle grip. His legs are able to come spread apart into a full splits. He also does have a twist here at his hips. He can raise his legs up at the hip, so far, and he can bend at the knee about 90 degrees. So he does have quite a range of motion. Now, the biggest downside that I have with this toy of Brunt involves his arms. There is a lot of segments where you will have to pull the arm or push it into the sockets to get it to be into the positions. If you end up pulling it too hard, it will pop free, and then that's when you will need a very tiny screwdriver like this one to take his arm half apart so that you can put him back together. All in all, not one of my favorite things to do. At any rate, let's transform him, as he does have an alternate mode. I'm sure many of you can guess what it is. First of all, we're going to remove the gun from his backside. Raise his arms up at the side. And we'll close his claws up. Then we're going to rotate the arms so the treads are at the bottom. And then we push them inward until they pop. Just exactly like that. And then next we're going to turn him around. We're going to remove his back piece. Like so. Then we bend his legs here. At the knees. Because we're going to reattach the backpack onto his legs. Like so. Then we twist him around here at the hips. And then we bring his chest and head up, like so. And then this is where we remove his arms. Because we're going to remove them and then reattach them via the posts on his treads into the sides, like so. Whereas down here we need to fold this piece in. And that's when we remove his legs. Fold these posts inside the treads, like so. At the bottom of one of his legs, you'll find this little piece here. You just fold it out like so. And then you're going to connect it to the other leg. Just exactly like that. Then you're going to turn the legs upside down like such, so this post is facing downward. And then you're going to connect it here to his back plate. And you can fold it up as you see fit. And you take his gun, you'll separate them. The gray piece will mount here on the side, and the orange piece connects in here like so. And there you have it. Brunt is in his tank mode. And for comparison's sake, we'll stand him here next to his Generation 1 counterpart, so that you can see how he looks there. And all in all, he doesn't look too bad. It does pay a nice homage to the original, but it also is made of less plastic, so it does have that going for it. The only downside is that the new one won't light up like this one does. But all in all, it's still still a rather decent toy, and it does pay a fair amount of respect to the original. Let's get it out of the way here. Of course, this one, it does have a fully rotating turret, and you can raise it to fire up about so far. And underneath, he does have a fair amount of wheels under all the treads. So how well does he roll on those wheels? Rolls pretty good, actually. Could roll better, but it's all that dead weight that he's carrying. Now, of course, as he's a deluxe weaponizer, that means we can take him apart, and then he can be reconfigured into weapons for a Decepticon. He'll have 2 different weapon modes. And, of course, we've got Refractor here to be our model for the latest in fall fashions for the Decepticon on the move. Okay. To prepare Brunt to become a weapon, first thing we do is we remove the pieces of the gun here. We're going to reconnect them together, and we'll set it aside for the moment. We remove the turret gun, and then we set it aside. We're next going to remove the arm treads, and we'll get them set up. To set up the arm treads to be ready, we've got to gently pull them out and then rotate them. Rotate it like so that the posts are all on the same side. So in reality, you almost don't have to pull them out. You can just do it like so without having to do anything. And then those are ready, just like the cannon is back there. We also need to remove Remove the back plate here from his legs. And then that's ready to be a weapon. And of course we separate the two halves of the body. And for this end, you just turn him around, facing like this. Take the gun from earlier, plug it in, and that's ready. And then this section here, we rotate it so that the post is pointing straight up. And we come down here underneath, and if my fingernails would grip, we fold out the posts that the legs would have connected to. And there we go. All the pieces are now ready. Now, of course, let's start having some fun. For his demolitions mode, we take the two arms, we lay them flat, because we're going to mount refractor onto them. Refractor should stand on the tread. And there you see, there's an example right there. The purple piece, without any effort, just fell right off. I was trying to avoid that, but now I gotta pause the video so that I can unscrew it and put it back in. Excuse me. Okay, correction here. We don't have it where we don't put it where the posts are sticking the same way. You want the purple post to stick outward where the tread wheels are. And then the studs on the treads go into the bottom of refractor's feet. So he stands up just like that. Now the big gun here, make sure the post is out, and it should connect in here on refractor's arm, provided it'll stay out long enough. Doesn't want to. There we go. Get it in, just fold it down like so. And of course the back plate, if I quit being like a Butterfingers, can be connected over here on the other side to be used like a shield, even though refractor came with a shield. And then we shall turn him around, because we can connect the leg portion onto his back like so. And then you'll take the big gun, find this hole on the side, and mount it into one of the posts, like so. And there, refractor is modeling the Demolition's loadout. Which gives him quite a lot of weapons at his disposal. Right up here, he has a TTC HP Oblivio launcher, which is very powerful, has pretty long range, but just barely over mediocre accuracy. This portion right here is a TTC AD Vortex Cannon, which is the most powerful weapon on him. It also has about medium-sized accuracy and relatively long range. The mid portion of the gun is a TTC CR Agonizer Blaster, which is also relatively powerful, has very good accuracy, and about medium range. Followed by the end is a TTC CMA Micro Electro Amplifier. It's the weakest of the weapons, but it is very accurate and is about medium ranged. And then, of course, over here on the other side, he has TTC HD turret armor, which is relatively powerful. So all in all, Refractor here is a one-man army at this stage. Now let's break him down and get the other setup ready. Alright, we've removed everything but the turret armor because it's not needed in this step for it. First thing we're going to do is remove the gun from there, and that can go right on ahead and be mounted in Refractor's hands to get it out of our way. Now we go here, we're going to take the big gun, we separate the two pieces together, and we fold in the post in there. Oops, don't bump the camera, dummy, don't bump the camera. Now we take this rear tread portion, we're going to fold the mid piece back down, because we're going to connect it back to the body, like so. Well, now you make sure this post is out here on the body, and we're going to plug that into Refractor's back. This may be a fight. There we go, that wasn't too bad of a fight. You just got to bend it in the right position so that it folds up like that. And then next, you're going to take the two leg pieces. Each of them has a hole in the side. You're going to mount them with the shin, with his kneecaps pointing outwards onto the top of the treads. So it'll look like that. Spread them out a little bit. And then lastly, you take the front treads. We're going to fold the piece back up to be like that. Open up the claw. And then now the post here connects onto the legs like so. Trying to do this without it falling apart on me again. And there we have it. That is the Serpentine loadout, where he now has some grabber claws. Kind of brings to mind the power loader thing from Aliens. All I need now is a giant alien queen figure here. Get away from her, you bleep! At any rate, what we've got here, we got down here in the lower portions, our TTC MFM proximity boost modules, which apparently are reasonably powerful, moderately accurate, and have a decent range, for whatever reason. But up here at the ends, the claws are TTC MD hydraulic mauler claws. They are very powerful, very accurate, and weigh a ton. So he has quite a lot of crushing power in that loadout. And it does look pretty wicked. Not to mention he's got a gun for anybody that gets that close and a shield to protect himself. Because my guess is Refractor here's gonna need it. Now we get down to my thoughts. What do I think of the Siege version of Brunt? I like it. Despite the shortcomings of it's easy to pop the tread pieces off of him on his arms, I still find myself liking this toy. I find it hard to really bring myself to hate it. It does pay a nice homage to his G1 counterpart, and that I'm always going to be a big fan of. But I also do like what they've expanded upon for the weaponizer. The robot mode is pretty awesome. It does look wicked enough to truly serve as a Decepticon warrior. The tank mode, it does pay homage to the original toy very well, and does serve as a nice upgrade to the original toy. It's missing the electronic function that the original toy had, but that's something I think we can live without, to be honest with you. The weaponizer modes, they're both pretty good. They're just a little bit of a pain to set up, primarily due to the way the one post here under his chest is hinged. There's no way to really stop it and lock it into place, so it makes connecting it to the other toys easier. So if I got to redesign it, I would probably try to design that so it doesn't work loose so easily, to make it easier to connect. So I can imagine a lot of people would get frustrated with it after a while and throw it to the far side of the moon when they get tired of it. But at any rate, this is definitely one of the better ones that they've come up with in the Siege line, and I'm definitely going to put this guy in the top tier. Brunt has always been a favorite of mine, and this just really seals the deal for me on it. I can't wait to see how he's going to be when the card game comes out later this year. Anyways, that concludes my review of the Siege version of Brunt. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you like this video, drop me a thumbs up here on YouTube. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button down below to join up in our ranks. And don't forget to ring the notification bell so you'll be notified when I post new content. Hopefully YouTube has fixed that bug by now. If not, please check out the channel's homepage on YouTube, and you'll see if I have loaded new content. Also, share your thoughts about Brunt in the comments section down below. This is Sparkster1701 saying I will catch you all later.